Number 10 says, what is the least common denominator for adding the fractions? So what you want to do is start with the lowest number in the answer, which is 80, and divide the denominators by 80. When you divide 80 by 35, you do not get a whole number. You get a decimal, round it to approximately 2.29. So right then, you know that 80 cannot be an answer. So you can rule 80 out. Then you look at the next lowest number, 560 divided by 35. 560 divided by 35 is 16. That right there tells us that 16 and 35 both go into it. So now we want to check 56. And 560 divided by 56 is 10. So they all divide into it evenly. 560 is our least common denominator. Number 11 says, Marissa's design for a rectangular stained glass window with 7 triangles is shown below. The 2 white triangles are congruent. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEC and will be different colored than the other 5 triangles. The design includes the measure of CAB, ACB, DCE. However, we want to find CED. We will find this one right here. And so if they're similar, and this is 45, then angle D and angle A will be the same, which will be 70. So all angles equal up to 180 on a triangle. So we're going to have X is our unknown. So you'll have 70 plus 45 plus X. So 70 plus 45 is 115 plus X equals 180. We subtract 115 from each side to start getting X by itself, and we get X equals 65. We go up to our answers, we see 45, then we see 65. On number 12, it says the expression 8 plus 1/7 divided by 1 plus 1/14 is equal to which of the following? So first you have to convert that fraction. So if I have 8 over 1 plus 1/7, I have to get a common denominator. 7 and 1, the common denominator would be 7. So I'm going to multiply this one by 7, and I'm going to get 56 over 7 plus 1/7. 56 plus 1 is 57. So my top number is going to be 57 over 7. Then the bottom number, I have 1 over 1 plus 1/14. We have to get a common denominator, and it would be 14. So I'm going to multiply this one by 14. And I get 14 over 14 plus 1 over 14, which means I'm dividing this by 15 over 14. However, it's easier if we convert it to decimals after we do keep, change, flip. So if I have 57 divided by 7, then I divide that by 15 over 14. I do keep, change, flip, and I get 57 divided by 7 times 14 over 15. So then I can reduce 7 divided by 7 is 1, 14 divided by 7 is 2, which then reduces to 57 times 2, 114, 1 times 15 over 15. And it's easier if we turn this into a decimal. So 114 divided by 15 is 7.6. So if 8 plus 1/7 divided by 1 plus 114 reduces to 7.6, what we need to do is look at each of our answers given, starting with the first one, and divide them and see what the decimal is. So if I look at F, and it's 38 divided by 5, when you put that in your calculator, you will see that equals 7.6. I don't need to go any further. My answer is F. Look at number 13. It says the sum of the real numbers x and y is 15. Their difference is 9. What is the value of x and y? So if x plus y equals 15 and x minus y equals 9, we have to find what x times y equals. We know that the number has to be less than 14. So let's start with 14 plus 1 equals 15. But does 14 minus 1 equal 9? No, it does not. So we know it's not that. So then we go down to 13. 13 plus 2 equals 15. But does 13 minus 2 equal 9? It does not. So we go to the next one. 12 plus 3 equals 15. Does 12 minus 3 equal 9? It does. So we're now going to take that 12 and 3 and plug it in over in our x times y. Does that equal 36? It does. So we need to go and look and see if we have a 36. So we have the answer of 12, answer of 15, answer of 24, we have a 36. Number 14 says 4 points A, B, C, and D lie on a circle having a circumference of 17 units. So what we're going to do is on these type of problems, you're going to draw a circle. And you're going to label just one point, because it says here B is 6 units clockwise from A, C is 2 units clockwise from A, D is 9 units clockwise from A, and 8 units counterclockwise from A. What is the order of the points starting with A and going clockwise around the circle? So my starting point is A. So this way is clockwise. And how you know this? When you're on a test and you forget what clockwise and counterclockwise is, you can look up at the clock or think about the clock, and which way does the clock hands normally move? They go in this direction, this way. So that means counterclockwise is this way. So you first draw your diagram and label point A. So let's look at the first one. It says B is 6 units counterclockwise. So it means B is over on this side and it's 6 units. Then it says C is 2 units clockwise. So clockwise is this going over here, so we're going to put C. We're going to put a 2. Then it says D is 9 units clockwise from A first, so we're going clockwise from A. We're putting 9. Then 8 units counterclockwise from A. So we're going to go counterclockwise. So it's going to be It says, what is the order of the points starting with A and going clockwise around the circle? So now we just have to follow our diagram. So if we go A, C, D, and B. Let's see if that is one of our answer choices. So the first one's A, B, C, D. It's not that. A, B, D, C. Not that. Then I have A, C, B, D. Not that. Then I have A, C, D, B. That's our answer.